Alright, so today's video we're watching a Gold 2 support on Eichenwald. They say that they got extremely tilted this game. Oh, okay. The team was fighting among themselves, their DPS was blaming the tank for everything, and the enemy Sombra kept spawn camping them. They have no idea how to win this and want advice on how to deal with high tilt games like this. So this will be a good one then. We'll see how tilted this game can be. So yeah, the DPS blaming the tank, that's just a guaranteed, right? That's just a guaranteed, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what your tank's doing, that wrong play. Why aren't you creating space and not take damage, but take damage? What are you doing? Meanwhile, the DPS immediately gets picked off first. That ain't on the tank. Uh-oh. That was a tough blow. What in the... Well, that was certainly a first point. By the way, next time I want you to pull your queen back immediately. I feel like you kind of waiting to pull your queen back there leads to all of the overusage of cooldowns. If you just pull your queen back there, it gives you like a reset time. When you're playing Lifeweaver, don't be afraid to like reset a team fight. Now keep in mind, that also doesn't mean just pull your teammates for fun. But like if you're like down one and your queen's at like 50% HP out of position, just pull it back. Just pull it back for a second. Like reset. You know what I mean? Like don't just sit there and, you know, let your queen have to go right side and then you're battling to be able to pull one of them and you pull the wrong teammate. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fine pull. Good job. That's what I mean, though. Like, by the way, your queen is... Or your Ashe.
What's up?
Okay, so 2 times I've seen your DPS die, and both times it's been on your DPS. And I say that because it took a random 1v1 on the side and then got picked off at the beginning. Now, that may not be the DPS that was complaining about your tank. But that certainly hasn't been a tank issue at that point. You can maintain this high ground until they go for you. Petal. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, you're... Uh-oh. Petal's good. Just use Pet. Don't be afraid to use Petal randomly. Like, just use it as an ability. Like, the reason why Petal's there a lot of the time is more of as, like, an escape for Lifeweaver. You'd be surprised at how long you can survive on, like, just a Petal. Tank is now... Don't be afraid to pull your tank back. Pull your tank back. There you go. That is fine. That is fine. Now, use a Petal. You can Petal over the top. The middle, the Petal, the middle, the Petal. All right. Wonderful. Use your Petal more. Like, you had an opportunity to retake that and force out even more ults. Win or lose, at least you get more ults out. Watch out, Petal. Just use your Petal. Use your Petal. I'm telling you right now. I think you were massively underestimating how tough it is for somebody to follow up when you go up on your Petal. Like, you'd be very surprised, like, as to how that could go. All right, it's time. All right, that's a tree. Use a Petal. Just put a Petal out. I want you to just throw a Petal for fun now. I've decided I want to see you throw a Petal for fun. I don't even care if it's a good petal or a bad Petal. I just want to see you use it.
Take cover. The tree's gone.
If you throw your Petal, it will put it on cooldown right away, so you can keep using your Petal rotation, even if you're not using it. Let's just throw a Petal down real quickly here. And I'm not saying third point's the best spot for a Petal. I just want to get you in the habit of using it.
Can't have it getting worse.
Fenris, thanks for the 4 months of tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. 4 months.
4 months. Wow, I forgot how long I've been here.
Use a Petal. You just... That's why you use a Petal. If you have like, and listen, I know you're like not gonna have the Petal go up high. It's all about just making it harder to follow up on that. If you don't have a Petal, and I know a Sombra can hack your Petal, etc., but you're making the Sombra have to do more than just shoot at you. You know what I'm saying? Pull your queen, pull your queen. Heal him with the pull. Heal him with the pull. Heal him with the pull. Okay, when you're in that situation, you pull your queen because it will make them invulnerable for a second and also heals them. So far, you mentioned how this game was very tilting, like in general, and like just to be honest with you, like so far what you've been doing is you just been sitting there, just healing your team. Like you've gone in like the full heal bot mode, right? And you haven't used any of your cooldowns efficiently. Like you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to survive team fights. So like you gotta just try to find a better opportunity to do that, at least in my opinion. But now you're on to Moira, so we'll see. Okay, good start. I mean, hey, you got the Elim. You lost your Kiriko, but damage orb, good idea. I'm watching. Don't overheal. Don't like overhold your button down. Okay. Good damage orb. That will give you more resources for your heals. Remember again, for anybody new to Overwatch or, you know, returning to Overwatch, etc., Moira's orb, the damage orb, gives you healing resources. So if you don't have to use your healing orb, finding the good balance with that damage orb will allow you to heal more. Also, great Elim there on the Zenyatta. That was a great play by you. Remember that damage orb you just threw? That got in the limb. Yeah, I mean, they faded in there, but, like, at the same time, I looked at that as, like, they were already down in numbers anyway, so, like, it wasn't going to be, you know what I mean? New team a little bit. There you go. Nice, you're good. You don't have to overheal. Don't overuse your resources. But you're going to get them back a little bit, but, like, you're overusing them a little bit. Like, you have a Kiriko there anyway. You both can rely on each other, too. Wait for it.
Duplicating need a moment to recharge.
Just to pause for a second here, I can actually kind of like read that comment. You said, to be fair, it's very easy to heal bot on Lifeweaver. You blame the slow cast time and the left click. I mean, I'm not like most of Lifeweaver will be that heal bot style, but it doesn't take away from being able to use your abilities. Does that make sense? As in, like, even if like you're heal bot in a Lifeweaver, it's still good to have a pedal down. It's still good to have an escape if you need it as Lifeweaver. It is still good to pull your teammates if you need to pull them to safety. Like, just going into, I'm going to hold my left click down and heal my teammates as Lifeweaver the whole time. You're basically not even, at that point, you're not even using the kit. You're just literally healing for 80. Sometimes even less than that if they have the DPS passive on, right? Hey, you can do a little bit more damage. That was an interesting Lucio beat right there. That was certainly a play, I'd say. Be careful of getting EMP'd if they have. I don't think they have it, though. So, one, I respect the effort for going for the Sombra, but two, like, you said that this game was tilting to you. Imagine the flip side of this. You're the tank and DPS in your team, and you hear your Moira ult, and you turn around and your Moira is solo ulting a Sombra in spawn while your whole team is dying at the choke to a Moira. So, like, you mentioned that it's tilting, but do you see the things that you're doing right there? Focus on your team a bit in that situation, because that's the second time you've kind of tunnel visioned and then gotten rolled. You see this? So, like, think about it. Like, you're like, oh, this is so tilting my teammates, etc. But, like, look at what you've done the first 2 minutes of this attack. All right, wonderful. Positioning. Hide behind the wall when you escape there. All right, you can also play in the game is a good step. Let's not go randomly AFK and spawn here. I mean, it can happen. Obviously, there's something you have to do very quickly, but like, yep. Oh yeah, yeah. So just to kind of circle back here, you're the one that got tilted this game. Just so I understand this correctly, because right now you have this whole first attack, you've just been like doing your own thing and not really working with your team. Obviously, you've healed here and there, but you know what I'm saying, like. Okay, so you were AFK for about 30 seconds there. You were AFK for 30 seconds. I just want to show you what's happening here, by the way. I just need you to understand this, okay? Okay. Play the game. Play the game. You're literally going AFK. Play the game. Like, you said you were tilted, but, like, have you watched what's been going on the past, like, 4 minutes of this game? Like, to give you an idea, and there's more to this game, because they're going to somehow get this point. How? You have spent more time being AFK or solo ulting a Sombra in your backline than you've actually been doing to focus on winning the game. And you're like, how do we win games like this, etc.? Play the game! Like... Okay, your team got the point. Okay, we got more of this. Here we go. Good damage orb there. I got a lot of value. That was good.
May I?
All right, you're pushing the cart. I respect this. Remember to heal your teammate here. Your teammate will respect the heals. Nope. All right. Get a health pack. You got a passive.
Offer something more.
Here's the orb. Okay. Here we go.
You need only ask for my
Wait for it. Nice job. Okay. Just remember, that's a good pick. Now I want you to focus on being with your team. This is fine. Just heal your team, though. Nice. There we go. Nothing you can do about that. Your Genji kind of LOS'd your heals a little bit. Heal your team. You're okay. So you're doing this thing where like you look to DPS first, then heal, and then when you do that, your teammates are getting rolled because they're falling behind. You're falling behind on heals, and then you get rolled by a Sombra. All right. This is wonderful. All right.
time again to try again.
That was a good play by the Sombra. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a good play by the Sombra. By the way, in this situation, if you're ever in this spot and you know this Sombra is probably doing that, at this point you're in a 4v4. And what I mean by that is, the positive note on this is that your teammates have the map control here, and they have EMP, but they're not even going for their team. So in this situation, you just gotta be like, this is actually a good, like, how do I explain this? If you're keeping the Sombra out of the team fight, I mean, you've already been keeping yourself out of the team fight. So if anything, this is a win for your team, because the Sombra going for you with what you've been doing this game, they don't even have to do this. So now they don't have EMP there. Your team could win off of that. Is the Sombra's falling back now? I think I see them. Yep. There they are. There you go. So look at this. Even if this Sombra gets you, your team just won a team fight and didn't have to worry about EMP. But look at though. You won the team fight, you got the point, and they don't have EMP. See? So, I mean, honestly, that was good. Uh-oh. Are they still here? There's no way they're still here. I think they probably fell back at this point. Oh, no. I mean, it's a good play by the Sombra. If your team wins off of this, that's what matters, right? Okay, now you should be paying attention here. Okay, good job. No. Stop. You... Okay. So just so you know, the reason why they're able to get the free limb on you is because you're using your fade out of spawn. So what you want to do is you want to just run across the bridge, and then when they start to hack you, you're going to get like that. You're going to either see the animation or you're going to hear the sound. So what you want to do off of that is you want to use your fade away from them, and then you're fine. You're using your fade, and they're going, well, now I just need to go on them and get them. You get what I'm saying? So stop using your fade out of spawn, because the moment they go to hack you, that's when you use your fade. And now you're out of LOS because you become invulnerable for a second, and then you can dictate the pace. Yeah, exactly. And then when you throw the healing over to the ground, it goes right to the skybox. Now, the flip side of this is you have kept them distracted. So your team could win because, oh, there's the EMP. You're good now, by the way. Your teammates killed him. You're fine. So the positive note of this is that because that Sombra was so concentrated on going for you, it actually helped your team win. And it's amazing because before you weren't even like trying to work with your team. Now that your team didn't have to worry about a Sombra, they went and won that. So look at that. You know, look at the flip side of that, right? Kind of worked out a little bit. All right, play the game.
One. Attackers incoming. Defend objective. Take the point.
Don't hold your left click the whole time. You're going to use all your resources, as we just saw. Thankfully, you can farm it up really quickly with the right click, but, like, it's just... Go with your team. There we go. Nice job. Be with your team. Be with your team. Be with your team. Good job. There we go. Much better. Much better. Keep in mind, when you play with your team and work with your team, it makes the Sombra lose a lot of value. Okay? There you go. There we go. There's a Lucio right there. Okay, so what's next? Kill your Pharah. I love how your Kiriko's like, nope, I'm good. Yep, go to your team. You don't even have to use fade here. You'll be able to get away. What's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan? Okay. I guess this is better than feeding. Alright. I mean, technically, this is okay positioning. I'm actually okay with that. Because you're LOS to them and you're not giving them free value, so I'm okay with that. Damage orb would be good here. Alright. We went with healing orb. Remember, you're... Nice. Don't be afraid to use your ult now. This is a good time to use your ult if you need to. If you need to. Don't have to use your ult yet. I'd save. I think you're going to win this team fight. I think they're... I'll give you this ult. I think it was going to be tough to see if you're going to win that or not. I'll give you that ultimate.
Appreciate it.
It was hard to predict if you were going to win that after you lost many. Like, it was, like, from my point of view, you had that, but I can also understand the flip side of that too, right? Because, like, yeah, you're an OT. Like, you didn't win it cleanly. Like, I'm okay with that. So that was a bad use of the ult. They should have just used it on the Sombra, and there we go. You know, you stop using Fade, and then the moment like that you don't want to use it for real, could have easily touched the point there. And the thing is like, you were playing it so safe, and then out of nowhere, you just randomly fade to heal your teammate who didn't really need the help to begin with at that point, and instead, you get off the point. Don't get me wrong, your tank shouldn't have gone off the point either, right? But, like, you were fine just being with your tank. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you're right. The Ramattra got hooked. Is that true? That would make sense as the hog. Yeah, that makes even more sense. But even then, if they get hooked off, that's even more so to why you just play the way you were playing, because it was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, even more so, that's good. Or another reason to stay on the card. And we're watching. And just be careful here. Also, you're overusing your heals again. You're doing it again. Good job using your fade. That orb should give you a little bit of... I'm watching. I want to pause for 1 second, by the way, because I feel like I see some Moiras do this. Remember that when you have a Kiriko, you don't have to overheal so much because your Kiriko also will keep your team alive with you. So, like, you can kind of almost balance out your heals a little bit rather than just like, I'm going to hold left click on somebody and lose my resources. You'll find that it can depend on the comp, right? If you're playing like Moira Lucio, you'll probably do more healing because like your Lucio wants to dictate the speed. And even if they do AoE heal, it's going to be based off of when they have boost. So when you're in a Kiriko Moira comp, like, you don't have to just sit there and hold left click on somebody and use 85% of your resources just to use it. Like, you can kind of balance it a lot better. Like, you don't have to like worry about it like as much as you are. And yeah, you do have the like that. Someone said the linger and heal. Like when you heal, it has a little bit of like the heal over time on that. Like, not heal over time, but you know what I mean. Like, it takes a second for it to like ramp up. So like a lot of the time, you're actually going to heal a bit more than you think. Wonderful. Yep, this is great. Okay. Well, at least they overcommitted to you. Okay, so now, remember the key here is working with your team. Guest crowd, thanks for the feature process. Thank you, appreciate it. That is the key here. Work with your team. Good start. Work with your team. Yeah, work with your team. Good, good. Stay with your team. Don't worry about them right now. Don't worry about your Asher now. I'm telling you right now, you have a Kiriko. Okay, you have a minute left. What is your plan? You know they have EMP. Now remember, no matter what rank you're in, you can do a little bit of alt track. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know they have EMP, so what's your play? Are you gonna hide? Are you gonna sit in the middle of the open? My recommendation is hide, wait for EMP, fade in, ult. Or stand in the middle of the open of everybody, and then get EMP'd, and then pop an ultimate in a 3v5. Wonderful. Okay. You do have a retake, though, so that's at least good news on that one, right? Oh, wait. Remember, in those situations, especially when overtime hasn't hit yet, you're going to be fine on your spawn. You have a retake. You're going to be better off retaking right now. That was very nice of the Sombra to just translocate into your back line. I don't mind you actually chasing them for a second. Get away now. Get away now. Nice.
Look at me go.
You're good. I think your team actually just wins this. Nice. You healed a full HP Torb. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Go, 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 go. I know they're there. Like, I get what you're doing, but your Torb left a turret there anyway. Just go with your team. Just go. Go. You're going to win this, but I want you to understand. You don't have to over-worry about that Sombra if you can go to the core. They already used the EMP. What are they going to do if you have 5 on cart? Right? What are you going to do if they have 5 on cart? Like, they're not going to be able to do anything at that point. So I want to pause right here and talk a little bit. You said this is a very tilting game. What do you do in games like this when it's tilting, etc.? I'll be honest with you. Your teammates probably were more tilted at what you were doing in spawn for the first attack, where you're like, you tilted yourself so much that like it was almost like you thought you were going to lose, so you just sat in spawn typing long paragraphs that took like a year, and then you went up there and you solo ulted. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like, it's almost like you tilted yourself out of the game in a game that was clearly winnable, all because you had a bad attack, like, or a bad defense. Like, the easy answer here for you is like, just don't like give up on the game 2 minutes in because you're mad that, you know, you couldn't solo ult a Sombra twice in a row. You know what I mean? Like, so like, my advice on that is just play the game, because you were not playing the game for half of that on attack. It was like you just like, oh, this is over, and then look what happens. Your team comes together. Your team goes through, and your team wins. See what I'm saying? So if you want to climb and you want to keep improving, like, you got to just play throughout that whole game. And there's no guarantee that your team will go and win like they just did, but it's better than just sitting there doing nothing. All right? Also, work on, like, when you're going against a Sombra, like, you're worried about, like, getting, like, killed by the Sombra in spawn. Just a little bit of side note there, like, don't use your fade out of spawn. Just make them have to, like, if they're going to go for the hack on you first, then you fade away. Don't just fade away. You know what I'm saying? Also, once again, don't overuse your resources. If you like this video, I mean, like, don't overuse your resources as in, like, don't sit there and hold left click to heal. Like, you know, use your damage orb, like, to get those back. Use your damage if you're going to do that. Don't just sit there and, like, hold left click on somebody. It'll go a lot better than it was. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Also, leave a comment. All of those help. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you do that. Pretty much can submit all the stuff in Discord for all the, like, the videos we do. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. We have a lot of fun here, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.